And he messed up the zap, so this is GG surely. Yeah, I don't know what he's supposed to do here. He goes arrows, but we're going to rage this side, and the guards are going to take the other tower. So we're going to take both towers here. Absolutely outplayed. I don't know if I can say outplayed when I'm playing like one of the most no-skill decks of all time. But what is up, gamers? It's Durkee here, and today I'm going to be showing you one of the nastiest decks for next season. And surprise, surprise, it's Elixir Golem. In case you live under a rock, one of the evolutions for next season is going to be the Evolved Electro Dragon. And from all of the gameplay we've seen, this card is going to be OP. Which is why, if you have the Evolved Electro Dragon next season, Elixir Golem, Normal Golem are going to trounce people. So if you can't beat them, join them. So you can see this deck right here only has one evolution slot because hypothetically the second evolution slot will be for the Evolved Electro Dragon. So before the new evolution drops next season, you gotta make sure you get your practice reps in with this deck. And as one of the most no-skill decks of all time, I have very little to say about it. But what I do have to say is I am super excited to get lots and lots of 3 crowns. So come along for the ride and I will show you how to dominate with this deck. And into our first match of the video, I'm so excited to show you how good this deck is, how easy this deck is to play, even without the Evolved Electro Dragon. Like, we haven't even unlocked that yet. So you're gonna see, this is gonna be a very good deck for next season. He's also running Dagger Duchess, which is like, oh, okay, hold up. We have to play this kind of carefully here. Okay, so that was a super aggressive play. I did not by any means have a good hand for that. Let's go like this to keep my Night Witch alive, and I think he just lost. Yep, GG's. So that's the power of this deck, is like if people are too aggressive and they try and punish you, like what was that? Pekka at the bridge straight into a Dark Goblin, and now this man is down a hefty amount of elixir and he has to defend this entire counter push. And I don't think he can. So that's an incredible first game, just kind of showing you why this deck is so good now and why it's going to be even better next season. So 50-second game, we'll see you in the next one. Alright, in our next match here, weird first game. Wasn't expecting it to be that quick, but just really goes to show how good you can be with this deck, especially if you're like mid-ladder or like, you know, somewhere a little lower. It's like a lot of times people will make those types of aggressive moves, those types of mistakes, and you can really capitalize off it. I'm going to do this. It'll keep my E-Dragon alive, at least I think it will. Oh, that was horrible. Okay. Similar to last time, we're going to do this. Oh, I meant to pull that opposite lane. That was a mistake, but yeah, okay. We're making some flubs here. I'm going to try and get out of this situation here alive, but we'll see. Okay, he popped the ability. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but we lived. We lived. That's all that matters. So I was trying to pull the Giant Skeleton opposite lane, but we're okay. Despite having like a pretty bad starting sequence, I think we're going to be able to survive. Okay. Nice. Let's go E-Dragon here. Once this jumps, I'm then going to go for Skeleton's High. Oh, okay, we need to pull this back. Oops. Gosh, this guy's aggression is unmatched. Okay, we're going to let this go. I'm actually going to arrows here. It's going to help out with the mortar, and it's going to help out with the goblins. So, again, there was a little bit of accrued elixir deficit that we kind of felt the wrath of right there. But I think I know his deck now. Mortar, archers, log goblins, ice spirit, and giant skeleton. And we're actually winning somehow. Don't ask me how. Was not expecting to be winning. Okay, I'm gonna let this go. They'll only get like one shot on my tower. Shoutouts to Cannoneer. Okay, we can defend the Mighty Miner for cheap. Wow, yeah, one shot. That's totally worth it. Okay. Alright, just gonna let this Night Witch go. Yeah, he goes for the Void there, which is interesting. E-Dragon like this, if he pops the ability, he's not gonna have a good time. And he does pop the ability. Okay, let's go bang, bang, bang. Would have been better to have that all in one lane, but that's okay. We're going to go like this. And we're actually just going to rage this up over here because he has to use his log, so now we can go guards here. Rage Battle Healer is crazy. We're going to go like this, and if you look, we're going to end up taking both sides almost. Nice. That's something that's underrated about this deck, is you can actually get really good split lane pressure. I'm going to split skeletons here early to distract the mortar. And now that the E-Drag is down, the Mighty Miner doesn't really do anything for him. So we're going to go like this. We're going to rage everything up. Nice. Really good game management there. Like, that was a little stressful in the middle there, but we ended up holding it down. And now we're looking A-okay. Probably going to end up taking both towers here. He goes for the defensive Void. Void also a card that's getting nerfed next season, so be on the lookout for that. Nice. 2 towers down. Not quite the 3 crown we were looking for, but That was a really bad start. I'm not going to lie to you. It was really nice. Really proud that we brought it back. We're going to hold that W. Catch you in the next match. All right, into our next match here against Akaburner. He's rocking the Cannoneer. Kind of to be expected, honestly. I feel like Cannoneer is strong. Next season, I don't expect that we'll see as much Cannoneer because it is getting a really big nerf with the balance changes. So take it in stride. We'll see how it goes. He just cycles his Zap. Zap usually means Pekka. Well, that's not true, but oftentimes means Pekka. I'm going to go like this and cycle my guards. When I see the Wizard, when I see the Zap, I'm still thinking Pekka. I'm actually going to rage this up, and it's going to get a lot of damage. Nice. Great rage there. Look at how much damage just a single guard does onto the tower. Okay, we're going to do something really nasty here. We're going to go for a kite with the Elixir Golem. And then once the Wizard locks, we can just go for these skeletons here. Arrows onto all of this. And we're going to drop a Night Witch to help support this. And just like that, just kind of turned my brain off and did the Elixir Golem thing. We're going to drop a Rage as well. We're going to see if my opponent's able to defend this. That's one of the most underrated plays that you can do with this deck, is setting up for a kite like that. And nice, we force out the Evo Wizard. People forget that that's an option, but like you can see that push would have been really difficult for me to defend without the kite. Once that locks on, we're going to go for guards here. Beautiful, beautiful timing there. You can see the guards didn't take any damage, but they prevented a wizard shot. I do not have Rage in hand here, unfortunately, but he has to spend a Zap and Bats. We're going to go Skeletons High just to kind of pull this over to the opposite lane. Wow, I kind of feel like I'm using a lot of skill, low-key. Maybe a little too much skill. I'm just going to cycle my Battle Healer here. E-Dragon is going to do a great job cleaning all of this up. And I think I'm going to let this go on both lanes, to be honest. Nice. I feel like he's just going to pop a Mega Knight. Like, if I go in the opposite lane, it's not really going to bode well for me. So let's just go like this. Battle Healer going to do a fairly decent job cleaning all that up. Okay. Now we're going to go Night Witch like this, and then we're going to go in. Nice. Perfect timing with him dropping the Wizard. Perfect timing. He's going to plop a Mega Knight, so I'm going to go Evo Skeletons. Oh, I knew it. 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 Nice. He has to waste his Evo Zap. That's huge for us. Beautiful, beautiful. Now he can Rage. I'm just going to go for guards here. And just like that, absolutely cheese this man. Okay, all he can do essentially is go in for a Ram Rider. Let's go arrows here as well. Beautiful. Night Witch, or Battle Healer is doing a great job on the Mega Knight. Meanwhile, the guards are cleaning everything up. So this is looking like a very, very promising match. You can tell he's setting up to go in for a Ram Rider here. So we're going to go like this. We're going to Rage everything up, and we're going to go Battle Healer here. Even with the Zap, that's still not going to do enough damage to take down our tower. Okay, E-Dragon absolutely going to go to work, 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 work. And again, we're just going to kite over this Elixir Golem. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's Rage everything up. And you can see, chat, the skill is oozing. The skill is oozing from me. Honestly, that guy played pretty decent, but this deck is just 2-0 skill. This is without the Evolved Electro Dragon, by the way. We're going to hold that easy dub. We'll catch you in the next match. All right, into our next match here against Sumox. And again, this is just to show you how powerful this deck is going to be next season. You can see that even now this deck is really strong. Yeah, next season it's going to be even better. I'm just going to Rage this up. It's a 2-for-2 trade. And so that way I don't have to respond to that. It's really annoying. Looks like he's playing like one of those annoying suspicious bush decks. So we're going to have to manage the damage that we take well. Because in this situation, it's like they have so much spam. And it's really, really, really annoying for us. I'm going to do this. Try and bait out like a rocket or something. I don't know if he's running rocket. It just seems like he might be. Okay. So because he doesn't have Princess in hand, I'm actually just going to go for this Night Witch. I'm going to try and save Elixir as much as I can because, like, you really need to expect to trade damage in these types of matchups. Okay, just like I said, no Princess in hand, so let's go like this. Okay. We're ready for his Swarms, Rage. Great Rage. Great Rage. And we can just go guards here, and just like that. Just like that, chat. Look at how much skill. Look at how much skill this deck has. That's crazy. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Is he just going to ignore this? I'm like, he has to spend something on it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's oozing. The skill is oozing. Alright, we're just going to chill here. We can go E-Drag. We can go Healer. We can go a lot of things. I think Healer's the best move. I think these... I'm going to have to spend something else here. Alright, we're just going to drop the E-Drag as well. Just to heal it up. I can actually... I'm just going to Rage on this side. Trying to limit the amount of damage that I take. Guards here as well. Kind of saving my arrows. We actually catch it because he played it in front. So we really shouldn't lose from this position, but I'm really I'm going to show you how to defend. At least I want to show you guys how to defend, because that is a big part of the match. It could be very easy to flub a defense or something like that. So we're going to go defensive Elixir Golem here, and then skeletons like this. Arrows onto everything. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, he used his log, so I'm going to go in with guards. And I'm actually going to rage all of this up. I think we're going to get a good amount of damage. And if we take the second tower, it's like we are looking really, really good. And it looks like we're almost in a position to do so. Yeah, damn near. Okay, we're going to drop our Night Witch here. Suspicious Bush by itself is like not that crazy of a threat, so we're just going to let it go here. I'm going to arrows, actually. I lied. Go like this. Okay. I need to protect this tower. I don't want to like give him any of my towers, so I'm just going to go pedal to the metal here. I don't really think he can stop all of this, and I don't think he can take both of my towers in time. So, honestly, GG's to this guy. He played it decently, but basically the theme of what I just did was you don't really have to play defense with this deck, essentially. So, easy win there. We didn't even give up a tower. That just goes to show how good this deck is. So, we'll hold that W. We'll catch you in the next game. All right, into our next match here against Madi. He's running the Cannoneer. Cannoneer pretty good, I think, against this deck, because like it just gets destroyed by the Night Witch. Something else that I like about this deck is the Evo Skeletons, because like you, from a defensive perspective, you almost always get a positive trade. And usually it's like a massive positive elixir trade. You can also use it on offense as well. So there's just a lot of versatility behind the Evo Skeletons. Just going to cycle arrows here. I don't really want to play anything else. This guy's probably running Pekka too. It's like this season's so dominated by Pekka. Yeah, it looks like that is the case. Just gonna go Battle Healer low here, and once that locks on, we're gonna go E-Drag. Skeletons to try and keep this alive as best as I can. Nice. Once again, going up against another Pekka user. So we're probably gonna set up for like E-Golem kites here. I want to try and bait him into playing a Pekka, and then kiting it over into the opposite lane. And that's almost always like an instant win, because they usually spend so much to support the Pekka. All right, we're gonna drop a Night Witch here. And then you can just kite it over to the opposite lane and then defend their push really cheaply. And it's usually like a pretty good play. Alright, once again, we're going to let this go. Yeah, Evil Wizard comes down. Surprise, surprise to no one. I'm actually going to save my elixir this time. And like I said, I expect him to go in for a Pekka, so I'm just going to let this go. I'm actually going to set up a Battle Healer. Ooh, he does not go Pekka. That was probably a good play, honestly. We're going to go like this to keep it from charging onto the tower. Nice. It does get damage, but it doesn't get a charge, which is nice. And he gets one Evo Wizard shot, but I'm happy that that Evo Wizard is not supporting the Pekka. This is going to heal everything up. Now he kind of has to go like Pekka. We go Evo Skeletons in the opposite lane, and what does he do here? Yeah, he has to go for that. Yep, I was going to say he has to go for the Pekka here, and this is just going to take out his entire top tower. He doesn't have Wizard in cycle. He cycled it. He cycled his Wizard, so what is he supposed to do here? Pekka just gets absolutely shredded, and that's GG's. Boom. Outplaying a Pekka player. That's how you do it right there. It's going to retarget the Ghost, hopefully. Nice. So now we just have to defend for a little while, which should be relatively easy. I'm going to go E-Drag to clog the lane in case he goes Ram Rider. Now he doesn't want to go Ram Rider into that lane. A-okay with me. Yep, goes opposite lane, so we're going to go Bang Bang. I'm going to try and cycle to our guards here. Okay. And get back to an E-Dragon, if possible. Arrows onto all of this. E-Dragon just shreds everything, man. Such an underrated card. This is pre-evolution E-Dragon as well, need I remind you. So yeah, you would think that Pekka would have like a pretty decent matchup, but like if you just make one or two good decisions with this deck, you will absolutely steamroll people. And like I said, lots and lots of 3 crowns, right? Like you would think Evo Wizard would just like absolutely destroy this deck, but if you play it well, you really don't have to worry about anything. So easy win against a boosted Pekka user. We're going to go ahead and hold that W, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Right, up here against Fetici, or Fetich. Fetich or Fetici, I don't know, don't ask me. In terms of starting play, cycling your skeletons is by far the best starting play that you can do. Interesting. How do I want to play this? I'm going to pull this to the middle with guards. It's like the cheapest defense that I have. And we'll have a little counter push. Okay, looks like he's running, I think there's like a Goblin Giant Pekka deck. He might be running that. This is going to get like, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, this is going to get decent damage. We're going to set up a defense here as best as we can. That Night Witch was like annoying for him to have to respond to. He had to kind of overspend. I mean, he basically sacrificed defensive Giant there. So because of that, we're going to go in. Even if he has a Pekka, this is going to do really, really well. Okay, he does have a Prince. We're just going to rage everything up here. And then arrows as soon as we get enough elixir. Because the mantra of this deck is just keep spamming, just keep spamming, just keep spamming. Nice. That healer is so good. Oh my gosh, the Electro Dragon just shredded everything. This poor guy, dude. This poor guy. I'd be livid, I'm not going to lie. He had to spend so much there and it didn't even matter. Look at that. Holy defense. So we're even on elixir. We've already taken most of their tower and we've identified his deck. So life is good. This deck makes me so angry. This, like, for you and for the other people. Just rubs me the wrong way, dude. Okay, we're gonna go opposite lane here. I don't want to give him like a fat counter push. I might just let this go because the Night Witch alone always forces out an even or elixir trade when you're going against Cannoneer. At least like most of the time that's the case. Okay, we're gonna set up for a really strong defense here. This Night Witch is gonna start DPSing this down early. If he goes Prince opposite lane, we have good answers for that. Okay, beautiful. This is actually perfect for me because the E-Dragon is gonna stop the charge. Okay, really bad Evo Bomber because now my Evo Skeletons get a ton of value on defense. And he messed up the zap, so this is GG surely. Yeah, I don't know what he's supposed to do here. He goes arrows, but we're going to rage this side, and the guards are going to take the other tower. So we're going to take both towers here. Absolutely outplayed. I don't know if I can say outplayed when I'm playing like one of the most no-skill decks of all time. But if you think it's bad this season, just wait till next season, man. Next season's going to be even worse. So another 3 crown here. We're going to hold that W. Oh, it hurts. And we'll catch you in the next match. I did our next match against IMBDK. Don't know who that is. Maybe they're good at the game, maybe they're not. Gonna go ahead and cycle my skeletons here. Just gonna play them all in one lane. It's really good against the Cannoneer because if they don't play anything, it actually will get damage. And he just cycled his Valkyrie. It might be no skill of me, but that is one of the best answers in the game to our Elixir Golem. Oh, okay, GG's. GG's. He just lost. Yep, well, we saw it once. We saw it again. The no skill punishing potential of this deck, off the charts. Off the charts. Off the charts. Especially against Cannoneer. Wow, look at all that spam. Holy moly. One push is all it takes. Well, I don't know what he's running. I don't care what deck he's running. This game's already over. Okay, well, well, let me defend this real fast before I called preemptive GG's. Yep, okay, well, this match is over, so I'm going to go ahead and cut to the end when we officially win. See you there. Alright, well, to the surprise of nobody, we didn't end up getting the 3 crowns, so, yeah, I told you it was over. We'll catch you in our next match. Alright, into our final match of the video. I can only play this deck for so long. I already feel my brain, like, rotting a little bit, so we're going to try and end on a W. I mean, most of the matches have been, like, steamrolls for the most part. Just making good decisions and benefiting off of it. Miner doesn't tell me too much. My initial thought when I see Miner is that it's Mortar. Yeah, so I actually made a video on this deck yesterday. There's a really, really good Miner Mortar deck that's going on. Okay, we're going to learn from our mistake in the first game. And we're going to actually get the E-Golem down in time to defend. At least that's the idea. Okay, we're just going to let this go. I don't want to like overspend and get punished for it. This should be difficult for him to stop as is, so I'm just going to let this go. Yeah, okay. So this is a really strong deck in general, like Mortar decks. I think I said this in the last video, but like most Mortar decks aren't getting nerfed, even though like they're one of the strongest deck archetypes in the entire game. So just kind of interesting on Supercell's part. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, we're gonna let that lock on actually, because I can use E-Dragon to redirect the Mortar. Nice. So you can see we go like this, and now this is gonna be like kind of annoying for him to stop. Kind of not over defending is kind of the theme with this deck. Like you can defend, but you just don't want to over defend. You can see Battle Healer putting in that work. This is good arrows as well. It's going to hit everything, and we're going to take the tower here. So that's the power of this deck. Like Mortar, so fundamentally strong in the meta, but like as long as you don't over defend, you can get massive positive elixir trades and even end up taking their whole tower here. So this guy's name's Scary, but that wasn't a very scary push. I'm not gonna lie. He's probably petrified right now. Something like that. I don't know. It's October. Alright, we're going to go Skellies here. Distract for the Mortar. Yeah, he gets a lock there, but like I said, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we're going to go E-Dragon. E-Dragon going to reset the Mortar, which is awesome. and it's going to take out the Ice Wizard. So, again, not panicking, right? Like, he gets a small little Mortar Lock. He survives the Evo Mortar. Don't panic when you play this deck. I think people get into trouble when they're like, oh, I gotta defend, and then it's like, it comes back to bite them because they're being too aggressive. Okay, we're gonna kite all of this over. We're not gonna make the same mistake that we did last time. Okay, I missed the kite. Okay, Rage here. And it's just like, dude, he's not breaking through. This is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. He's not gonna break through. This deck is too strong. This deck is too strong. That's all I'm gonna say. We just have to clog this lane for 30 more seconds, and we're going to get another easy, and I mean easy, win. We didn't even have to do anything. This deck plays itself, I'm telling you. Arrows, E-Golem. Once that Ice Wizard locks, boom, Rage, Evo Skeletons. Yep. So yeah, that is the power of this deck. I hope you've learned a lot. Like, I hope this has been really helpful watching you see how dominant this deck is. Again, the whole reason I'm playing this deck is for next season. This was without the Evolved Electro Dragon. Just think about that for a second. All right, I'm going to catch you in the outro. And that is going to do it for today's video. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to take a screenshot. This deck archetype is going to be one of the best decks in the meta next season. Evolved Electro Dragon is going to be a menace. So it's either going to be this deck or a Golem deck or different variants of this deck. So as soon as the card is released, I'll make more videos on it. But right now, get your head wrapped around this deck, start learning it, because it's going to be all over next season. If you made it this far, just know how much I appreciate you, and I really hope to see you in another video real soon. Peace.